What's up out there? How you doing? Jeff D, AIMC We're live here. Chitchwit Rail Trail, Framingham, Massachusetts, on this cool for August morning here. And it actually feels good. Personally, we went down to Georgia last week. It was 100 degrees. So this feels awesome. Awesome stuff. So this week, I'd like to talk a little bit about weight loss. Now, when everyone thinks of health and wellness, the first thing they always think about themselves is, I need to lose weight. And that's especially key when you get, in your older years. You have to be a little more weight conscious because, health issues start cropping up all the time. And, but what's the problem here, and especially in the USA? We always want that quick fix. We always want to have that weight loss pill or wear that wrap or go on some fast program that guarantees losing weight in 30 days. Quick fixes. It's kind of like fast food. You need to eat, you just go through the McDonald's drive-thru. And unfortunately, that is not good. Because what happens with quick fixes are you may be great for a little while, but then it gets worse. You fall off the wagon. You gain more weight than ever. You get more unhealthy than ever. So what happens with the quick fixes? So your metabolism gets all messed up. Now, what's one of the worst recommendations is skipping meals. Your body's meant to eat. Your stomach's meant to exercise. So, basically skipping meals or eating cabbage or doing something stupid like that, honestly, makes it worse for you. Because what happens, your metabolism goes down, your muscles break down. Because if you're not giving your muscles nutrition and protein, you're going to be worse. Then your bones get weak. You end up getting brittle. It is just a total mess. And also, what happens is sometimes when people go into weight loss programs, they end up getting pains in their stomach. You end up having like those gallbladder stones. Hold on a sec. And then also you start having health issues. I've heard of that before, where people have health issues after having a quick fix. So overall, and I've actually witnessed this. A friend of mine went on the South Beach diet. They lost weight. Now they're in worse shape than ever. So there's a lot to it. Muscle breakdown, your stress and your moods get off the handle, and it's just, you turn into a mess. So that's the negative part of that. So what do you do? What's the big break here for you? When you want to lose weight, you have to understand it's the long haul. It's a long haul. I've had videos in the past. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Right? It takes time. It takes consistency. It takes dedication to maintain and lose your weight. Now, really, in reality, you got to eat. And of course, it's what you eat is the key. You got to bump up the fiber, bump up the protein. I always say those are the two big things you got to do. Non-starchy vegetables or fruits are best. And of course, protein sources. That's going to help your body adjust. Now, what happens too when you do those quick fixes? Your sleep patterns get all messed up. You want to have good sleep. So if you eat well, you have good sleep. And then, of course, there comes to exercise, right? Of course, you got to move a lot more. I just baffles me sometimes when somebody goes on some weight loss pill, but then they have the worst habits ever. They sit on the couch, or they do whatever. They smoke, they drink. It's just, you can't go for those quick fixes. The pharmaceuticals, those programs, I'm going to give it to you in the basics here. It comes down to eating right, eating often, the right foods, small portions. You got to also, I'm going to tell you a little tip, and I mentioned this in past videos. Personally, I lost 20 pounds in the past year. All I did was just get rid of the sugar, milk, and bread, no alcohol, green tea on a regular basis, and of course my Go Trim products, which I'll leave a link on for later. But all in all, it's absolutely important to be consistent, and that's why I do a lot of videos about momentum and all that. You got to be consistent when it comes to weight loss and being in shape. I know it's work. But what's the alternative? The alternative is being unhealthy, right? So that is it. That is my tip of the day, Jeff D, AIMCHealthSolutions.com. And remember, and I said this back in April, your health is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't go for those quick fixes. Have a good day.